strengthen, stretch, release, or the other way. So it's really important for all of our muscles, not just to work them and stretch them. We want to help them figure out how to totally release and reset. So that's what this class will focus on. And we are going to start in a seated position. You'll notice I have a chair here. So in this original sequence, I had us doing some of these things on our backs. I know sometimes for pregnancy, it's not always super comfortable to get there. So I'll give you an option. We'll start in a seated position, kind of on a bolster or a block. And then we will move to a supported bridge. Actually, we're going to move to the chair first, then a supported bridge. And we won't be there for long. And the hips will be above the heart. So it's actually a really nice way to gently take baby out of the pelvis to release some of that tension a little bit. Now, if you're not comfortable when we move to the supported bridge on our backs, you can always stay in the chair and repeat that first little sequence that we try. And then we will move to a low lunge and a warrior one. So a few seated, more restorative things, and then we'll move a little bit more upright, taking the same sequence of firing up the muscle to strengthen and then stretch, release. So glad you're here for this ride. We are going to start with some diaphragmatic breaths. So thinking about a corset, and luckily we don't have to wear these anymore, but thinking about how the corset would wrap front to back and back to front, and remember how you would tighten it in the back body. So that's exactly the same as our abdominal muscles, wrapping from back to front. The abdominal wall is connected sort of by fascia in this sort of netting of tissue in the center of our abdominal wall. And as you grow your baby, grow your pregnancy, your abdominal wall separates a little bit, and that's okay. But we want to show you this breath work so you can really sort of hug your baby, work your abdominal muscles in a safe way. And this is also a really great breath to come back to postpartum. If you have your baby vaginally, you can start these breaths right away. If you have your baby via cesarean section, about 2 to 3 weeks, but always check with your provider. So we're going to work through these full belly hug the baby breaths, okay? So you might start in a seat, you could be on the bolster, you could be on a chair, whatever's most comfortable for you. And we'll bring hands to belly here. And I like to take, my ring fingers are about at my navel. Everybody's belly is different. You'll be coming to this pregnancy at a different point for first, third, or second trimester. So let's just take a few rolls of the shoulders, kind of get your wiggles out. And what we are going to do is as we inhale, I want you to send your breath all the way down to your baby. I like to close my eyes, so my eyes will be closed throughout this. As you inhale, send the breath to baby. You feel your belly expand, your hands lift. As you exhale, feel everything tighten. And with that, it's not sucking in, it's this general tightening like we're tightening that corset. Think of hugging your baby up and in. Good, nice and strong. Inhale to soften. Also add an HA sound as you exhale. Good. Inhale, soften, and let go. Exhale. Let's do 3 more. Hugging baby up and in. Good. Last one here. Good. Now soften everything. And I want you to tune into how that felt to have your baby sort of snuggled up and in. Like I said, it's not like we're sucking in our belly trying to fit in like the tightest jeans. It's this gentle hugging, tightening, strengthening. And if you think about that, it's almost like in that hugging action, we're trying to bring the abdominal wall back together. So like I said, a great strategy to use postpartum as well. So we are going to start actually just with some gentle movement into our body. Here, I've got my notes. And we'll just take some circles. Let this feel good in your low back. And with our seat propped up just a little bit like this, you'll see my hips are gently, just slightly above my knees. Sometimes in pregnancy that provides people with a little bit more relief, so that might be you. If not, if you're comfortable on the floor without a prop underneath the seat, that's great too. This whole practice is about what feels good in your body. Good. You might choose to linger here, so I'm going to linger leaning off to my right side. I'll mirror you here at home. I'm going to bring my hand down to a block, reach the left arm up and over. And you might notice of accessing into the side body here, into the rib cage, into the obliques. You might lean a little bit forward and then reach to access the low left side back body. One or the other might feel good for you, or you might oscillate kind of between the two. What feels good for you? Good. Let's come back through center, and we'll take it off to the other side. This time, left hand plants, right arm reaches. Again, you can choose to access the side body or take a little bit of a lean and a little bit of a further reach. Really trying to ground down through the right hip here as we reach. Good, let's take one more breath for each side. So inhaling the left arm, reach it up and over. Keep the left butt cheek grounded. Nice, other side. Inhale, reach. Right side stays grounded. Exhale, back. Good job, you guys. We are going to move to our chair here. And set this off to the side. So what we are going to do is sit sort of shoulders over hips here, so I'm not all the way back in my chair, and heels, ankles directly underneath the knees. So what we're going to do is, if it doesn't feel good for your hand, you can always bring a block here. I'm actually going to go this way. What I want you to do is ground into the left foot, and I've got the block on my right thigh, and I'm going to lift. Good. Lift, lift, lift. Pushing down on the block, lifting with my thigh. So really counter pressure here. Woo. And you will feel your hip flexor so as your groin like firing up, right? Woo. All right. You with me? Let's stay here for 3, 2, 1. Good. Release. Other side. All right, ground down through the right foot this time. Lift the left leg. It's just a subtle lift. So I've got maybe about half an inch or an inch underneath my left heel, pushing down with both hands on my thigh, or on my block on my thigh, for 3, 2, 1. Good. Release. Let's take one more to each side. So this is, if this feels okay for you, you can stay here for our next position. We'll do one more on each side, and then we're going to move to our back with a supported bridge, so with a block underneath the low back. All right, here we go. Lift, lift, lift. For 3, 2, 1. Nice and strong. Release. Let's take a full breath. Good. Here we go. Lift the left leg, push down for 3, 2, get that little shake. 1, excellent. Full breath. Good work. Now, again, you can stay with your chair, or what I'm going to do is move some of my props out of the way. And if you're going to join me for a supported bridge here, let's talk about the best way to get down to your mat. So we'll come back kind of to a kneeling position, and we're going to slide the hand down. So you'll see I'm coming down sideways. I'm not rolling down on my back like a crunch or a sit-up. So I'm rolling or sliding, pardon me. Now I'm going to roll to my back. And like I said, if you're not comfortable coming here, you can stay in the chair and take that again. What we'll do to make this a supported bridge is to lift the butt. Good. Slide the block underneath. You could take a pillow if you don't have a block at home. And we're going to take the same thing. So really, let's take a diaphragmatic or hug the baby breath. Find the words, Kristen. Good. Inhale, soften the belly. Exhale. Shh. you'll see it took an SH sound. You can take an SH sound or an HA sound. I guess whatever feels comfortable for you in the moment. In that moment, it was SH for me. Good. So grounding into the left foot, we're going to bring the right knee just above the right hip. Right hand to right thigh. And if this doesn't feel good, you can always take a block. Good. Hand pushes on thigh. I'm just going to use hand to thigh here. Thigh resists back. Push, push, push. Resist, resist, resist. You've got it. Here for 5, 4. Don't forget to breathe. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Now send the right leg long. You'll feel this really awesome stretch here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Good. Right foot plants to meet the left. Let's take it off to the other side. Hug the baby breath first. Inhale. And exhale. That time it was HA. Good. All right. Now lift the left knee over the left hip. Here we go. Push and resist for 5, 4. Fire it up here, you guys. 3, 2, and 1. Left leg long. We've got it. Oh, it feels so good. Good. Good job. All right, let's bring the left foot back to meet the right. And it might feel good here to just lift the hips a little bit more and then settle back down onto the block. Great work. Let's take a little windshield wiper of the knees. And if this is feeling like too much, we're going to take one more round. You can always roll off to your side, slide your way up, and take it on a seat. Good. Next, we're coming to some more upright positions. So I think that'll feel good. All right, ground into both feet. Left foot stays on the mat. Right knee lifts. Here we go. Resist, my friends, for 5, 4. Strong through the arms, strong through the thigh. 2 and 1. Excellent. Right leg goes long. Take a big breath. Cleansing exhale. Good. Right foot plant. Let's take it off to the left side, then we'll get off our backs. Excellent. Left hand to left thigh. Here we go. Nice and strong for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Send it long. All right, and you can stay here, or if it feels good, you might extend the left leg long to meet your right. That might feel like way too much openness in the front body, and that's okay. You could just do one leg at a time. Good. We'll take one more lift of the booty here to remove the block out of the way. Good. If you feel comfortable, we're just going to be here for a tiny bit of time. Take a quick happy baby. I think it should feel pretty good. And again, your body will know if you're spending too much time on your back. So trust those symptoms. If you get dizzy or just feel lightheaded, or if this exacerbates your reflux, then stay in the seat, but we're okay here, just a few minutes on our back. All right, to get back up to seated, we're going to roll to the side. Good, and then push your way up to a seat. We are going next to a low lunge. So if you have any tenderness in your knees, I'll invite you to grab on to a blanket. And we are going to start with our left knee back. And I'm going to move our chair out of the way here, as we won't need it. So left knee back and right foot forward. And make sure you have a block here. Oh, and I spilled my water. All right, let's get it together, Kristen. Here we go. Left knee back, right foot forward. So we're going to be in our low lunge. What we want to do is take the block or your hand, and we're going to, I'm actually going to switch sides so you can see. There we go. So you can stay whichever side. We'll hit both, don't worry. Okay, so right hand to right thigh, left foot is forward. What we're going to do, engage into the back butt cheek. Whatever butt is back, whatever knee is back, engage, squeeze the butt cheek, Now push the hand into the thigh. Good, and take a subtle little lean forward. So when I started this, my left hip was about over my left knee, or right side, whichever one. Basically, we've got a 90-degree bend in front leg and back leg, but we're just as we engage the back glute, we're taking a little bit of a lean forward as we push into the block, into the thigh. Good, here for 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Set the block down. What we're going to do is take that same side of the knee that is back. For me, it's my right side, and I'm going to reach my right arm up and over. You should feel an excellent stretch, almost release in the front of the right thigh here. And just like when we were in a seated position in the beginning of class, you could reach more uniform up and over, or you could take a little bit of a reach forward and lean forward. Good. Let's come back. Your groin should feel really nice and open here. Let's go move to the other side. So bring the one knee back, and before we move to the other side, let's come to tabletop, and we'll take one of those, or actually 2 of those hug the baby breaths here in our hands and knees position. As you inhale, soften the belly, let it fall towards the earth. Exhale. Good. Really working to hug your baby up and in. Good. Inhale to soften. And exhale. Tighten that corset. Good job. All right. So walk the hands upright. You can use your block to lift the torso again. Step the opposite foot forward. I told you we'd hit both sides. So again, we're creating about this 90-degree bend in the front knee and the back knee. Now, engage the glute. Whatever glute is back here, good. Firm up the glute, grab your block. And I've got the block on this like long setting. Otherwise, I would assume with baby belly, it would get in the way. So pushing hand to block, block to thigh, engage the glute, push, 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 and then take a subtle little lean forward. Good job. Excellent. For 3, 2, 1, release the block, release the glute squeeze engagement, reach it up and over. This feels so good. Good, you should feel this really excellent stretch kind of on the inside of the groin, front of the thigh, up through the side body, and almost into the low back too. Again, that's where our psoas muscle, so deeply rooted. Great work. Let's come back to our tabletop here. Knees can come to the blankets if that feels best. Just find some gentle movements. Sway your hips side to side. Maybe take a little water break with me if you didn't spill your water all over the floor. It appears most of mine poured out on the floor, but that's okay. Keep moving here. A little sway of the hips, rounding of the spine. Maybe tucking the toes to stretch into the feet. Got some glorious sunshine finding me through the windows right now. I hope the sun is shining where you are and when you find this video. Good. All right, so we are going to make our way to standing. Let's get this stuff out of the way, and you can come there from your downward facing dog. This should feel pretty nice. Hips come high. Good. Maybe lifting the heels, lowering, shaking the head. Good, a nice cleansing breath. Always feels good. Let's take a breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Good. Let's walk our hands back towards our feet. Find a halfway lift, lengthen. So thinking of hugging baby up and in here. Forward fold, let go. Shake your head out, let it go. All right, hands to shins. Let's walk our way all the way up. So we are now moving to our warrior one. Similarly to our low lunge, we're going to take the same sequence. So one foot will be forward, one foot will be back. On the leg that is back, we're engaging the glute and we're using a block to push against the thigh to really fire it up. Then we'll take that side body stretch to really lengthen and release. So let's start with right foot back. And for warrior one, our back heel is kind of at an angle and our right toes will kind of be pointing to the upper right hand corner of the mat. Left foot steps forward. And if warrior one doesn't feel good in your body, you could do this from the high lunge position as well, which means all 10 toes are pointing forward, back heel is lifted, glutes engaged. So warrior one for me opens up the back hip a little bit more. So left knee over left ankle, right block to the thigh, engage. Good. Squeeze the right butt cheek, you got it. Good. Take a little bit of a lean forward into this and push into the block. And you could even hinge forward just a little bit, my friends, both hands to the block. Here, squeeze into the glute, push into the block, resist with the thigh here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, set that block down. Let's lift the torso a little bit, reach the arm. And I've just got my left hand to my left side body. Good, you should feel an excellent stretch into the front of the right thigh. You know, for good measure, let's go from warrior one to high lunge. Pivot onto the ball mound to the back foot. And let's take that pose here. All right. Whew, here we go. Pushing into the thigh, squeeze the right butt cheek. You've got it. Lift the back heel, really engaging the entire back of the right leg here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Good. Let's reach it up and over with the right arm. Oh my gosh, it feels good. I hope it feels good for you guys too. Excellent. Let's come to bring hands to hips. Simply step your right foot up to meet your left. Let's find a little bit of stillness here. Notice how the right side feels compared to the left. Maybe find a little hula hooper, a little dancing of the hips. And we'll take that off to the other side. This time, right foot stays forward. Step it back to warrior one. So left heel is in, left toes angled out. Good. If you need to, draw the right hip back just a little bit. Lean it forward, engage the glute, engage the entire left leg. Push the block into the thigh. Resist. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Release the block. Oops, he's gonna have to go get that. Reach the left arm up and over for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Great job, you guys. Grab your block. If you're through it like me, lift the left heel. Here we go. This is our last little bit of work. All right. Right knee over right ankle. Left leg is fully engaged. Squeeze the glute. Engage the glute here. Hands push into the block and resist for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Officially done with the block now. Good. Reach the left arm, up and over for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. All right, step the left foot up to meet the right. We are going to set up for our final little bit of rest, which includes a position that is normally known as a psoas reset. So with that, let's set a pillow up to an incline like a ramp. So I'm setting one block on the high setting, one block on the medium setting. Now, if you don't have these at home, stack a couple pillows or a couch cushion, and then another couch cushion perpendicular, just so we've got a ramp so our head stays above the heart. And if you have any tailbone pain, grab a blankie to take to the base of the bolster. And what we'll do here is come down, and we are going to take slide it down. I was going to say reclined position, but we need to slide our way back. Here's where we're really resetting into the psoas here. Our feet are going to heel toe nice and wide. Rest your knees against one another. And here you could bring hands to your baby, or maybe hand to heart and hand to baby. Let's just take a few breaths together. No more work to be done. Nowhere else you need to be. Except taking a few breaths to let your body soak up the benefits of this movement. Good. Feel free to stay in this, it's called constructive rest, really letting our femurs or our big thigh bones come back into the hip joints in a way that gives no stress, is a total reset. So this is always a really nice way versus, just kind of keeping the knees in the air, to let the knees rest against one another, taking the feet a bit wider. Hands might come down to your sides, or if you're looking for heart opener, palms might come up. Good. Again, you can stay here, or you might take some movement with me, hands to your sides, windshield wiper, the knees back and forth. Should feel good. And if you want to end practice with me in a seat, I'll invite you to roll off to one side and slide your way up to a seat. To end our practice here, we'll take left hand to heart and right hand to your baby, chin to chest. This act of gratitude for our bodies, for our babies, for this opportunity to move and breathe together. Good. Let's take one breath in to seal our practice through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Again, my name is Kristen. Thank you so much for joining. As always, the light and the love in me sees and honors the light and the love in you. Namaste.